Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at the story behind our memory verse in Numbers. And it was a little different than most of our memory verses. It's in Numbers 24, parts of verse 17 and 19. And it reads, I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and one from Jacob shall exercise dominion. And that's a little different memory verse. And we're going to look at the story behind it. So we remember that the people of Israel have been called by God to himself. He has given them a name. He's given them an identity. He's brought them out of slavery into freedom. He's given them his law, and he has been providing for them. And they're at the door of the promised land in the book of Numbers. It's quite the underrated book. It has so many awesome stories, from spies to water from rocks, God's provisions over the people, to snakes on a pole that they can look to be healed. And we come finally to the end of it. If you know the story of God's people in the wilderness, of the Israelites in the book of Numbers, you see that as the Sunday school lessons we do for Sunday school these last 3 weeks read, the people grumble, the people doubt, and the people complain. But God has called them to himself, and he has said, I will bless those who bless you. I will curse those who curse you. And he gives them a threefold covenant blessing. God is a covenant keeper. And so we're going to see a little bit of that blessing and cursing in the story of Balaam, Balak, and the talking donkey. One of the blessings that God has given is that they would increase in number. And in the book of Numbers, they're at a pretty decent number. And they are so large in number that the countries around the wilderness are a little bit scared of them. And so scared, in fact, that the king of Moab, Balak, hires a prophet to go curse them. Now remember, God is not going to allow people to do that. And so as we see in the story, he is not successful. Balaam is not able to curse God's people. One of those times he is stopped by the humble donkey because he's able to sense the presence of a mighty angel with a sword who has come to guard the way from God's people being cursed. And thank goodness God gives that donkey the power of speech so he can explain it to Balaam, so he stops and he does not go and curse God's people. But in the final words that Balaam has, he looks over down at the wilderness. He's up high on a mountain, and he sees God's people camped around the tent of meeting, the tabernacle. All of the sons of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, with Judah at the head. And he speaks beautiful things about how beautiful it looks. And he talks about something that's going to come way long in the future. And he says, I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come out of Jacob. So the star that comes out of Jacob and that would come out of Jacob would be 1,400 years in the future. The people that are grumbling and complaining against God, who are doubting and just really aren't very kind in the provisions of the Lord pouring out before them. God is still speaking blessings over them now and in the future. He is speaking the blessing, and he is turning curses into blessings, which are that one will come that will set all things right and will be powerful and have a kingdom that never ends. And you know who that is? Jesus. That's right. So the cool, interesting, unique verse that we memorized this week is all about Jesus. I'll see you guys soon.